Hi everyone, we're at a department store today to show you some ideas for frugal camping purchases. Frugal doesn't necessarily mean cheap, so we're going to show you some of the things that we think are best to buy. Like a lot of people, we go camping in our SUV and we want to have inexpensive stuff, but we want to have it good quality. It's tempting to go to the camping section in a department store because all the stuff you need for camping is right there in one place. But we're going to show you the other places you can go in the store to get better items and sometimes at a better price. The frying pans and pots in the camping section are great because they have a folding handle and that makes it easy to pack them away in a tight spot. However, they're not always the best quality and sometimes they can bubble up the first time you use them and the nonstick coating is ruined, making the pot unusable. Instead, go over to the kitchen section and look at the frying pans and pots there. You can get really nice frying pans that are still light and they have a nonstick coating that will last longer and they're much better quality for about the same price. The unfortunate part of these pots and pans is that they don't have the folding handle. But you can usually find a way to get these into your storage space and then tuck things under the handles and then there's no problem. The hatchets that you can find in the camping section are cheap, but sometimes they're really cheap. I find that the handles on these tend to break really quickly or they just don't feel good at all. Sometimes they're plastic, sometimes they're wood, but they just don't last. So go over to the hardware or gardening section and find the actual hatchets. These things can be made out of steel or something more durable and they'll last a lot longer. The metal on these hatchets also tends to be better quality and hold an edge longer. You can find folding saws in the camping section, but they're not always great quality and they're usually really small. So go over to the gardening section again and you can find a pruning saw that's a folding saw and it will be a lot sharper and work a lot better and it's longer and can cut bigger pieces of wood. Pegs are another obvious thing to get in the camping section, but honestly, they're terrible. They don't last, the plastic on them breaks, the metal ones tend to be the wrong shape and just don't work very well. So what you want to do is go over to the hardware section and get 9-inch nails. These are actually 6-inch nails and that's what we use and they're great. Speaking of nails and pegs, another thing you're going to want for camping is a mallet. These are great for putting your pegs in or your nails in the ground, but the ones you find in the camping section, again, have really cheap handles and they break really quickly. So we're going to head back over to the hardware section and we're going to get a mallet that a construction worker would use. These last a lot longer and the handles are a lot nicer. Emily and I really hate the tablecloths that you get in the camping section. They're vinyl and they have printing on them. And when you have insect repellent on, it will just come off all over your arms and hands and it's just gross. They also tear really easily and you might be tempted to get them because they come with clamps to put them on a picnic table. But those clamps aren't big enough for 90% of the picnic tables that are at campgrounds these days. So we go over to the housewares section and we find a tablecloth that's made of polyester. They're still easy to clean and they're often way cheaper. For tableware, we like the plates and bowls that you can get in the camping section because the plates usually have a nice big lip on them, but the quality of them isn't great and they don't hold heat very well in the winter. So we like to go find plates and bowls in the patio section that are made of melamine. These tend to be thicker and since they're designed for the patio, they still work for outdoors. They often have a nice lip and they hold heat a lot better and you can have a nice hot bowl of chili in the winter. For flatware, in the camping section, you'll often find that it's made of plastic and they're trying to keep everything small and light. These sporks and fork combos, they're just not comfortable to hold. You're not really going to enjoy using them, but if you're in a car and you're camping and you've got bowls and plates and pots and pans anyways, forks and knives really aren't going to take that much space. So stick to metal flatware. It's a lot nicer and you're going to enjoy it and it's easier to clean. Another tip for flatware, you'll actually find lots of flatware at thrift stores and it's great quality and easy to clean because it's steel and so you don't really have to worry about the fact that it was somebody else's before. This one isn't so much about being frugal, but about space. Some people don't know that this product exists. So when you're going boondocking, you're going to need to bring your own toilet because there's not always pit toilets there. When you go to the camping section, you're going to often find buckets or large lugaloos or something like that. And if you're just in a small car or an SUV, you probably don't have space for that. So what you need to find is one of these folding toilets. There's lots of different types, but that's what you want to find. As frequent campers, we worry about our ecological impact. And to be eco-friendly, we like to find eco-friendly soaps. So this one isn't so much about being frugal, but it's about being eco-friendly. And we like to use Dr. Bronner's Castile soap because it's made from plants and we can use it for our dishes and for ourselves. And that's how we get high quality, inexpensive stuff for our Honda Pilot SUV microcamper. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe.